So take me to your open skies. I just wanna feel alive. I wanna feel your butterflies. Do you ever fantasize about me when you close your eyes? 'Cause I can feel your butterflies. So take me to your open sky. I just wanna feel alive. I wanna feel your butterflies. Do you ever fantasize about me when you close your eyes? 'Cause I can feel your butterflies. Wanna feel your
Hello, everybody. My name is Casey Lipka. I'm a singer, bassist, and composer, bringing people together to talk about creativity and music. And I'm so excited to welcome Xanny. She is an arranger, vocalist, composer, producer, beat maker. I wasn't exactly sure what to say, but she's all of those things. A St. Louis native, she's been around music since she was in the womb. Being the daughter of two musicians, she showed interest in composing and arranging from an early age. And she graduated from Columbia College in Chicago with a Bachelor of Arts degree in music with a concentration in composition. She has decided to take her talent to social media, and she has found comfort in showing her arrangement skills by posting vocal renditions of her favorite songs. Her music is, I don't even know how to describe it. You have to check it out. You were just listening to her. It's dreamy, it's sophisticated, it's also easily accessible. It captures you and takes you on a journey. So I'm honored that you're joining me here today, Xanny. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me. I love that. Those wonderful words. Thank you so much, especially the dreamy part. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it's so true. So true. So I know for my community, people who are joining, that they don't know you.
hmm
I'm wondering if you could tell people a little bit about yourself and
hmm
in your music.
Yeah, I go by Xanny. I am a composer, arranger, producer. Usually, you'll see more of my arranging side. I love to make vocal arrangements of just any song, like my favorite song to anything anyone requests. That is a joy of mine. Take something that already exists and reinterpret it my way. That's something I thoroughly enjoy. And of course, composing, something I went to school for, and then production, because I really like being percussive at times. So I do that, and I enjoy it, and I hope those who are along this journey enjoy it with me. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it seems like you have a lot of different influences. You have that you went to school formally for composition,
hmm
picked up some of the producer hat along the way.
hmm
And then you were saying, I read in your bio that you started out as a pianist,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. So both of my parents are musicians. My mom is a vocalist and she plays the piano, and my dad also plays the piano. So, as well as like various aunts and uncles, great aunts and uncles, grandparents, like we all love music, but specifically my parents, they both play the piano. So, I mean, it was only natural that, I gravitate towards that. So, um, yeah, they just, would put me on display at church. And, I would also take some of the mass parts because I grew up Catholic. I would take some of the mass parts sometimes and actually rearrange them on the piano. And sometimes they would let me play them during mass. So that's kind of how like it really like that interest really got started. So
Wow. It seems like you some pressure was put on you, like, okay, now you're playing.
yeah, like oh okay, like look what she can do, play. No, but I mean it's crazy kind of how like looking back, like, I didn't realize like I was arranging. And then now it's like, oh, wait, I've been doing this for a long time. Apparently, I just didn't realize it at the moment, when, recreating the mass parts. And then, my mom's like, play Lamb of God right now on the
Mm.
piano for church. But, like, yeah, pressure. But then, growing up, it's like, oh, no, this is an actual passion of mine. So,
When did
yeah.
you what actually, I'm going to pause for a moment, and this is bad interview technique on my part, but can you take one small step to the left so that you're in the frame? Yes, great. Perfect. Yeah, it sounds like there was kind of a moment when you decided, oh, this is what I want to do. When, what, can you describe that moment, or when did you decide Um,
So of course, growing up was like, okay, everybody who's good at music goes to Juilliard. But then high school hit, and it was like, oh, wait, like there are more options
mm,
that are closer to me, and then like high school, my senior year actually was kind of like that aha moment. I ended up transferring schools my last year to be at a performing arts school. So that was a moment where I was finally around people that liked music just as much as me. So it was just, eye opening that, oh, wait, you like music too? Oh, okay. What kind of music do you like? Okay, can you play something for me? Oh, let
mm,
me, play with you. And so that's kind of when the passion started because it was like, oh, snap. Like, there are other people out there like me, and we all like music and we can vibe off of each other. I was like, I think I really like this. I think and I think it was just a part of me finding my right crowd,
yeah.
who understand music. So that was my aha moment, my senior year in high school when I transferred. I'm so thankful. So thankful.
Wow. I'm so happy you found that. I love your music, so I'm
Thank
happy you found
you.
that and you're continuing to this day.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So fine, man, I can see even in the way you're talking about it, that moment for you, it seems like there's a lot of joy and
It's
you're talking about community and how has your musical community shaped who you are as a musician?
oh man, like for to have people that share similar music interest in you, they're always putting you on to new music. So it was a lot of artists that my senior year of high school, a lot of the people I was around, they introduced me to, and I'm like, where has this been all of my life? How was I living without this? Let me listen to this. Let me observe it. Let me analyze it. I love this chord that they're using right here. Might have to use that. um, just having people around you who can inspire you and then put you on to things that you didn't know you would like. Because a lot of that, honestly, a lot of like my community, they put me on to like all of my influences, like from Jacob Collier to Robert Glasper, Corey Henry. Like my community told me about them, and it was just like,
Mm.
where have these people been?
Wow, I can hear like little morsels of everyone that you just mentioned in your music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, and
So,
then and a lot of it is kind of crazy because sometimes I feel like I must have heard them before I realized who they were because I can hear my I can hear me in them. So it's like I must have heard them or whoever their inspirations were probably inspired me as well. So
oh, you found your musical people. That's
yeah.
important. Not only your immediate community, but your musical sonic community of
Yes.
who you identify with as an
Yeah.
artist, it sounds like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So since you brought up Jacob Collier, I have to know, because Jacob Collier gave Xanny a shout out on Instagram
You did. You
for
did.
your amazing arrangement of butterflies. So tell me about
Oh,
butterfly, like tell me anything about making butterflies or just experiencing that on social media or anything you
yes.
can say about it.
Okay, so fun fact or fun thing about me, like I've always wanted to cover a Jacob song, always, but woo, it's a challenge. It is a challenge to figure out what that man is doing during his song. It was like I wanted to do one so bad, like the one that I really wanted to do. I wanted to do an arrangement of Hideaway when it first came.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I love that one, but it was. I feel like back, because that was like a few years ago. Back then, I just couldn't. I couldn't tackle it, or maybe I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to tackle it. So, I was just like, maybe another day I'll do another arrangement. So when he came out with, what is it, Jesse Volume 3, of course, when he comes out with these different volumes, I have to listen to them and figure out which ones are my favorite. And so when I heard that, Butterflies, I was like, this is it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. This is the one. Yes, we're doing this. So took me maybe 2 weeks to come up with everything. Like as far as like the first week, it was me figuring out the arrangement, figuring out what I'm gonna do, listening to it to get the format of it, so that I know how to arrange it. And then the second week was just me recording and producing it. And then I was, it was just one of those things like, I'm just posting this, if he sees it, that's great. But, this is my attempt. I've always wanted to cover a song of his. So this is my attempt. Don't judge me. Okay. I'm not him. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. And so people did. Very thankful for that. And so the moment I saw that he commented on the post, I'm sure I had a panic attack. I was freaking out. Couldn't breathe a little bit. Because it was just like, what? This man said my ear is insane. Is it really? You think so, sir? So like, that was just mind blowing. So that made my life complete. I was okay. I was okay off of that, So then, fast forwarding to this Wednesday, I'm literally in my closet recording recording the most recent arrangement that I posted yesterday, just in my closet, getting frustrated because I can't get the parts right. And like, we're nearing towards the end of, finishing up this arrangement. And I see Jacob Collier mention you in his story. I was like, what is going on? I started, breathing heavily. And then when I saw, first of all, him talking about women producers, and saying these are the ones that have been inspiring me as of recently, I was done. I was done. I was done. I couldn't breathe. I called my mom. I was like, I can't breathe right now. I'm trying to finish this last part of this arrangement. I can't breathe because Jacob just mentioned me in his story. I'm not gonna make it. But
congratulations. I mean, that is a testament to your musicianship and what you're doing. Yeah.
I still feel like I'm not worthy for, but I'm so thankful, so grateful. So like, I'm still trying to calm down from that.
Yeah. So exciting. And you're talking about, in the midst of that, you're working on another arrangement. So what's coming next?
So the newest arrangement was posted last night. I did an arrangement of a Take 6 song. I LOVEU, a request from my sister. She just had a baby a couple of months ago, and so his name is Journey, and he really he fusses a little bit, but things that calm him down is music. So one of his favorite songs, when she plays that song for him, he calms down. So she was like, Journey said he wants an arrangement of I LOVEU. I was like, all right. Give me a few weeks to figure out what I'm gonna do. And it was hard. It was hard.
Wow, yeah.
Man, it was hard. I was tired. I would work, 9:30 to 5:45, and then right after that, go right into, trying to finish this arrangement. My laptop was acting up during it. Like, everything was going wrong, but it finally uploaded yesterday. So
I'm just learning about this, everybody. I can't be at this interview. I have to go check out the new arrangement. Bye.
You have to go. But as far as what's next, I still have to do a Halloween arrangement. It has been a tradition of mine to do a Halloween arrangement every year because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you should, yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's definitely coming out by Halloween. I know it's last minute because Halloween is like the last day in October, but just be on it. It probably won't be as elaborate as this last one, but it'll definitely be good. It'll be good.
All right.
I
Yes.
hope. I
Yes.
hope.
Yes. I want to give people an opportunity to find your music or know where to
Mm-hmm.
find your music. So I'm going to put up here. You can find her on Instagram at Xanny Fani.
Yes.
Please go follow her. Please go check her out because her music is amazing. And you get the added element of, the visuals of everything that you have up there.
Yes. 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 Go and enjoy it.
So you're talking about your arranging process,
Mhm.
what the songs you're working on right now. What does that look like? What does producing, arranging, maybe you think about them differently. Let's start
Mhm.
with arranging. What's your arranging process like?
Yeah. So arranging for me, I have to study the song so I can learn it as is. Um, that way, I know how to go about, using what harmonies to use, like what the functionality of some of those harmonies are. So I have to learn it as is so that I can reinterpret it. So
Mm.
a lot of it is me sitting at my keyboard, learning how to play it on the piano because that's my primary instrument. Um, and, just hours trying to, I'll go through one section, learn it as it is. And it's like, okay, how do I flip this? Do I flip it a lot? Do I flip it a little bit? Like, are there specific moments? And I can say that while listening sometimes to the song, trying to get an idea of how to arrange it, there are specific moments that probably pop out more. Like, oh, I already know. I get to this end, I already know what I'm gonna do there. Now, at the beginning, we're still trying to figure that out. But right here, this end, that's going there. So I feel like maybe I'll spend like, depending on how long the arrangement is, I try to keep them short because, to be honest, my patience is very thin sometimes. But they started off as 15 seconds and now I'm getting into like 2+ minutes. So, we're making progress. But yeah, I honestly spend like the first couple of these figuring out the arrangement, learning it, and then flipping it. And then once I, you know, arrange it the way how I want to. Then it's all about figuring out how I'm going to separate everything into however many voices. Um, like I know in the videos I have 9 boxes, but like sometimes there's like 15 voices and stuff like that. So yeah, just trying to take what I play on the piano and then breaking that apart to individual voices, which gets a little tedious. Because it's like counterpoint and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and then after that, after I figure out which voice is doing what, I just give it a go. And sometimes I find out as I'm recording, oh, I like this voice better, so I'm just gonna change it. I like this voice better, and then adding little elements, here and there and in between. So those kind of like just little decorations throughout the piece kind of happen as I'm recording the vocals. Layering one line down and then the second line, because then you start getting inspired and it's like, ooh, it sounds good. I want to add. Let me add this right here. This will sound really good. And then I also lay down probably like because I add music to my arrangements. I at least try to get a little skeleton production going on, just like something bare, just to kind of inspire that. Um, and then once the vocal tracks are done, I go back and I add more production elements, like more instruments, more little decorations and things like that. And then after that, it's mixing, which to be honest, I'm terrible at. But it's new. It's all new to me. So I'm learning.
It's a lot of hats to juggle, that's for sure.
It is, but I'm glad I have the patience to try to figure it out. because I'd rather try to figure it out myself than try to pay someone to do it for me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then after the arrangement, I record the video, which usually by then I'm like, okay, I've listened to the song like 1,600,000, 38,000 times. I'm just trying to get this video done at this point. And then put the two together and I post it.
Yeah. Okay, start at the piano. The piano turns into skeleton. Skeleton turns into figuring out voices.
Mm-hmm.
Turns into flushing out the arrangement more,
Mm-hmm.
adding sprinkles here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the whole mixing part of it. And then,
Mm-hmm.
then there's translating that to visually how you want it to look and then putting it out.
Yeah, and if you've noticed, like in the videos, for the most part, I'm really silly during the videos. So at that point, I'm like delirious because it's like so many times. Like I have to be a little silly in the videos, and sometimes I wonder if people notice it. Some people do, but yeah, and then and then I post it, and hopefully people like it.
Yeah, love it. I see some people here. Shirley is here saying hello. Hi, thanks for joining. John Webster is here. Thanks for joining. And I see Natalie says, yes, can't wait. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions for Xanny, please put them in the chat box. So we'll get to that in a little while. But Xanny, what do you wish you knew when you just started writing?
Mm-hmm.
What do you wish you would have known?
That a song is never finished. You will always find something to fix. You will always change something about it. That's like the main thing. Like there are songs that in 2011 version is different from the 2017 version, which is totally different from the 2019 version, and I'm sure it'll change, in 2022. So yeah, you're never. I don't want to say it's because it's not like you're not satisfied with it, but it's just you get inspired and you just let me I like what I did there, but let me add this a little bit more to it. If I add this much, it might sound really good. So yeah, because even the productions, like when I post them now, they're not even the same when I posted them. So
yeah, I think you saying that resonates with me a little bit too deeply. I mean, it's both comforting and not comforting at all. No, it is comforting because something is not finished because you can always add something to it. So it's accepting that, essentially making decision when you're going to walk away.
Yes, it's like, okay, don't touch it. That's it. Walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get to that point? How do you make the decision, oh, now I deem this done?
So so when in production, like it's a little easier for me to kind of like be like, okay, that's enough. Like it doesn't need to be too much, and like I'm okay with it because like even after I post it, I can always come back to it. Before my arrangements, I have to cut myself off because my patience it just starts. Sorry, it starts to. For my arrangements, I think there's like this point where it's like, all right, we're done. All right, we did this last voice. We're done. We're good. I got it to sound, the best I could. Now it's just time to cut it off. And then for my arrangements, I actually leave them alone. So production, I tend to like go back and revisit them a lot, but arrangements, they're done. We're done.
So there's a distinction there between the arranging piece, but the production piece of adding little more sprinkles or changing things underneath.
Yeah. Because I might extend like a certain part in the production because I really like the little snippet, I gave it. It's like, oh, let me, bring this out a little bit and then add some more levels to it. And then composition wise, that's another. I don't usually get to share my compositions so much here and there. Like some of my arrangements are my compositions, like my happy birthday post, that was mine. Um, the Awakening is one of my original ideas. So those are never done, but it's just one of those. I have a little bit more like comfort in like, okay, I'll leave it alone for now, and then if I want to revisit it in the future, I can
Mm.
definitely do that. Uh, yeah, but then with the arrangements, it's like we're done. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Before the cameras were rolling here, we were talking about all of the pressures of being an artist, having XYZ, you're essentially making all the decisions of what you want to do, where you want to be, where you want to put your music, how you want to do that. Like, what there's so many things to balance, and I'm just curious about your journey with that so far.
Mhm. So it's definitely been a journey, but it's a journey that you have to do it for yourself. You can't, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, you need to do this. You need to put out an album. You need to figure out a label for yourself. You need to do this, that, and the third." And it's like, this is my journey, okay? This is my path. So I have to be, I have to be comfortable and move in a way that I'm not, because I feel like sometimes, especially in the past, like people would tell me, "Oh, you should do this and you should do that," and then I would do it, and then it was just like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. No, I don't want to do this. And but then it was like, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, do I not want to do this because I just don't feel like it, or am I being resistant to this? Like, and maybe it is my passion. But then like since the pandemic started, I had a lot of time to like really think and put it back into my artistry. But then it was like, no, you were valid in not wanting to do that. That's not a passion of yours at all. So just not letting, like, yes, people can give advice here and there, but like you ultimately need to listen to your heart. Your heart kind of knows what you want to do. Um, and then is my passion. Uh, but then like since, oh wow,
Well, we had some voices coming in and out here.
no problem. But yeah, just it's just your journey, and you just have to figure out what works for you. Like, I'm like, people say, "Oh, you should do this. You should do a CD." Well, to be honest, I really don't have I don't feel a need to do an album right now. So, I'll hold off on that because I don't want to do something and then it come off as like not genuine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
I,
genuine.
I'm hearing you talk about, I don't know, I guess I'll call them criticisms from other people,
Yeah.
like, hey, you should do it this way, you should do it this way. And then sometimes trying those things out and then making the decision that, oh, that's not the right move for me. So what do I want? What do I want to do as an
Hmm.
artist? What's serving me and my vision? And yeah, what what is your vision for yourself right now? That's a really big question, so no pressure,
Yes.
but
Yeah. No. It's cool because I'm starting to figure out the answer to that. Um, I do love posting my arrangements on social media, but ultimately my goal is to be behind the curtain. Like, at some point I want to make arrangements for other people, have them sing it, and I'll just be in the background. I'm not a huge spotlight person. I don't like. I like some attention, but not too much attention because then it gets kind of like overbearing. I'm an introvert. I am a true introvert. So a lot of interaction can like, make me just want to shut everything down. It's like, nope, I don't want to talk. So while still trying to be creative and contribute to music, because ultimately I want to contribute my talent. Like I do. I want to make arrangements and productions for other people, and they can have it, and then I can just sit back behind the stage and just watch.
Mm.
I know it's so weird because it's so weird to hear people like call me a vocalist and stuff like that, because I, between you and me, I don't think I can sing, but
Oh my gosh, so not true. I love your voice.
thank,
I love your
thank
vocal blend. Oh my gosh.
stop. But it's
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I
oh,
think that's fact. Those are
thank
facts.
you so thank you so much. Thank you. All my vocal talents come from my mother. Thank you. But you know, it's just like when and maybe it's something I have to change in my mind. When I think of vocalists, I think of like people performing on stage, and I'm just like, that's not me. You will not. I would not be on stage singing. I also have stage fright too, so that's like a lot of that too. So that's why it's just good for me to be in the background, but still like my talent is still being shared. You guys are still enjoying my work, but just more so on the back end of that.
Yeah. You were talking earlier about people that have been influential, people that you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, who are you listening to right now? Who are some people that we can check out that
Mm-hmm.
either you're listening to right now or
Mm-hmm.
other tracks that are inspiring you?
For sure. So I am a repeat girl. I listen to old stuff on repeat. Like I like I don't keep up with like new songs that come out sometimes. Like I'm very bad at that. So I'm usually not checking out like projects until like a year or so later after they come out. But right now, I'm listening to this guy Devin Morrison right now. He had an album come out last year called Bussin'. It's been on repeat. It's definitely been on repeat. What's her name? Alex Isley. Yes, I've been listening to her as well. She's so dope. She's so dope. Um, and then yeah, just random songs in my Apple Music here and there. Like I have a large variety of things I listen to. So, but those two in particular right now on repeat.
All right. You heard it here, everybody. Check out those artists. I'm going to check out those artists too.
Yes.
I wrote it down. If you didn't see me, I was like, okay.
Yes, I saw. Yes, I was like, yes, go Pat. Yes.
All right, taking notes here. Yeah. Let's see. I am wondering, well, thank you so much for being here.
No,
So,
thank you for asking me. I'm enjoying this.
yeah, I'm enjoying this too. And I want to make sure that people know where to find your music. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it here on the screen. Please go check out Xanny's music. She's on Instagram. She has a lot of amazing things there at Xanny Bonnie. And if you're watching and you want some creative music writing tips, I offer some workshops sometimes. There's also interviews every week with different composers, arrangers, creators. You can go to creativemusicwriting.com. Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap up for the day?
I'm working on my SoundCloud, guys. I am. I'm working on it so I can put more of my productions up there. I know a few people of mine, they, really want to be able to listen to stuff. So I'm working on it. So give me a few days and I should have stuff up there for you guys to listen to.
Yay. Is that stuff different than what you have up on Instagram?
It's more so because Instagram, usually I keep my arrangements up. Every now and then I'll post the production and then I'll take it off. So SoundCloud would be more so of the productions. I can put the arrangements up too if people want to, but usually I get a lot of requests like, I want this track, I want this production. So yeah, I've been using SoundCloud as like production stuff, but I can definitely put my arrangements up too.
Got it. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we were talking about, just a lot to juggle or negotiate, decisions to make, where you're going to put things and
Mm-hmm.
on different platforms.
Yes. influence.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I was going to say what's next for you.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk a little bit about the arrangement you just put out, the Halloween arrangement, which we're looking forward to,
Mm-hmm.
and what's coming up for you. What are you thinking about for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, I do need. I don't want to put out like an album or EP, but I definitely need to put up a single. So that's a goal of mine. Now, whether I'm gonna get it in before December, New Year's Eve, we will see. But because I want to I want to take the rest of this time to really get better at my production skills. I'm a beginner. I literally just got a laptop over the summer, so I was using GarageBand. Yeah, I was using
Amazing.
GarageBand like before what, June, July. Um, and then so now I'm like figuring out Logic. So but that's my actual goal: figuring out Logic, figuring out how to become a better producer, becoming a better mixer, um, definitely a better vocal producer. Because I say I'm not a vocalist just because I haven't trained in it. So definitely getting more training in it so that I know, like, once I make that final decision to, okay, I want someone else to sing this, knowing how to articulate that to them. So that's my goal, to work on my technique
Mm.
for the rest of the year, and maybe a single.
All right. So much. I can't wait to just follow your journey and see what you're up to and see what happens. It's exciting. It's
Thank
exciting.
you, Casey. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, please, everybody, go check her out, Xanny Bonnie, over on Instagram. More to come, a lot more to come for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can check out creativemusicwriting.com if you want to see more interviews with creatives. I have some tips and tools up there as well. And thank you so much for being
No, thank you. I've enjoyed this. So thank you for she's my first interview, guys. So like she's amazing and I'm super comfortable right now. So thank you.
here. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. So
For
happy.
sure. For sure.
Yeah. Well, I will be back on Wednesday with a guitarist named Nadav Peled, and he is phenomenal. He leads the Anabessa Orchestra, sort of a combination of Ethiopian music and jazz. I get that's the best way I can describe it in this moment. So I'll be back Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Xanny, thank you. Thank you for your time and being open and meeting me for the first time and just doing all this.
It's so nice to meet you finally.
Yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. Oh, Shirley says thank you both. Thank you for being here, Shirley.
Thank you.
Hope you all have a wonderful day and